Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna do book 2 of Free from GLA Act of God. Yesterday I did the first one. Check it out if you haven't done so. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive in, all right? Because it seems that Toyman is still hacking or hitting away at attacking the Lex Corp building, right? Well, John Hervey Steele is dead, crushed. And then we have other heroes come to, well, not to the rescue, but try to help people. It's Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, right? So Booster is attacking from the front, while Beetle is attacking from the back, right? And but they cannot make a dent in it. So Toyman has a plan, right? So he touches his belly button, and then, oh no, it's the villains and his secret soldiers are in his, well, belly compartment in his chest, which I think, wait a minute, shouldn't there be any machinery and mechanical parts? It's just completely empty. How does your head work and your arms if there is no mechanical parts in there? Which is weird, but comics, right? So and then yeah, Booster is getting completely overwhelmed. And even Beetle is getting smacked away. I don't know, smacked. I don't know. And he's flying away, and he's everyone wants to kill them, right? So Toyman shoots a rocket and blasts his ship, if you can call it, out of the sky, and they're in deep trouble, right? But then there's helicopters coming, and so it's some kind of a police task force, and they are going away, because it seems that although they are working for Toyman, they're also working in secret for Lex Luthor, so they are being double paid. So that's a cool switcheroo, right? So the National Guard has arrived, and I mean, it looks great, man. The art looks great, and I always like guys in certain, not suits, costumes with weaponry, and they all look like each other, like henchmen or some kind of a task force that looks cool with high-tech weaponry. I like that, although these are just, I don't know, normal weapons, I guess, but still. Yeah, they're trying to get away, right? And then Hartman comes in, uses the rocket launchers to take out this empty shell of a robot, and then the robot is done, right? Right? So Lex comes in, and he says he wants to talk with Toyman. He says, "You're a fool, a fraud, and a failure, Toyman, because your well-paid thugs were better paid by me." He says, "What? Your robot was filled with my Trojans, not yours." So, and then we see here, Steel dead, and Superman, not only sees that, but also, looking through the pages, see his past glory, and he's utterly depressive, right? And so even Lois cannot, help him. And she says, "I know you must be feeling, but I wish you did, Lois, but you can't, no, because you're human. I was an alien with power to save lives. Now it's all gone. I just can't put it behind me. Look at my Lois. What am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? Now I'm human too, but I feel like so much less." And she can't take it anymore, and she takes off her ring, and but he doesn't blame her, right? "I don't deserve your love. Once I could have created this diamond simply by squeezing a lump of coal. Now I just bleed." Dude, that is so emo, man. So he leaves, and then I know Martian Manhunter comes. I believe the daughter of Steel, right? And so he says, well, he wants to show, I don't know, the workshop where all the technology is, but it seems somebody robbed the place, and I believe there's some kind of a pattern that someone is taking their stuff. Who? We don't know yet. Even, Billy Batson tried to, turn himself into Shazam, but he cannot do it, because he's now just a, hollow voice on the radio with nobody's listening. A lot of depressive tones here. So Clark, or Cal, he's now Kal-El Clark, is visiting Diana, and try to speak with someone who has the same probably feelings or going through the same things as he is. And he says, I can't go on with a woman I love, but I can't face it alone either. Were we too arrogant, Clark? The Superman and the Wonder Woman being so exalted that we felt like gods? I don't know. But if so, then we've been humbled by the blasphemy and reduced to the level of those whom we once towered. Limited to small pursuits, petty concerns. So basically they are, finding each other, right? Right, so they're going into some kind of a relationship, I guess. Meanwhile, at Ted Kord's Industries, we see Booster having a talk with Ted because, he confirms that, his place has been ransacked by criminals. Like I said, there's a pattern here. And they are meeting up at Warriors, the place where Guy Gardner, he's the owner of this bar, and he's trying to make a deal for a book. And then we have Rex Mason here also, and then they're having a drink, right? And then they're all not feeling depressed. They just want to have fun and reminiscing about what's happened, but they are not really that depressive. Maybe they are selling their technology because they are still inventors, right? They can recreate their gear, selling to the highest bidders, and or maybe helping other heroes to become, mechanical. Is that word? Mechanical heroes? Heroes with mechanical powers. And then this is happening, right? So we have this old-fashioned brawl, and Rex Mason is hitting the head of this woman, right? And so Guy says, no, don't do it. It's my place, right? And then his statue is being broken. He's so mad. He's diving in as well. So there is some fun bits in here that I liked. It's not all, gloom and doom, although the tone is very, depressive. But there's a change in the air, right? But not yet. Even Lois now says, why can't I love who he is rather than what he was? So yeah, I always wondered when with Lois that is she really liking Clark Kent or Kal-El, or is she only loving, the man with the powers, the Superman, the super in the man, right? Who knows? But now it's, and then we see Linda Danvers here, doing her job as a cop, but she's out of well, maybe not out of shape, but she has a hard time having, catching this criminal, right? And even Martian Manhunter is a little bit down because he wants to find a positive and, of the human side. But then he sees Guy Gardner selling his book, right? Then we go back to, Linda. Arrest reports. Miranda's rights, rules and regs, everything done by the book, everything by the numbers. Not like the old days, not like the glory days. So every person here gets his, moments in the sun or darkness, depends on how you view it. And, when they were heroes, when they're at the best, quote unquote, but then she gets a reality check, stash the daydream, Danvers, and finish the arrest report. Yes, sir. Right? And even Wally West, who's now the Flash in this timeline, is as a nightmares about the cop that he could not save because he lost his speed and the cop died because of him. I like that. And they are, have this, weekly meeting at the GLA tower, but everyone is just screaming and try to rationalize and right, their loss and how to handle that and why is nobody showing up, and a lot of people just don't want to show up anymore because they think it's a lost cause, right? And they think that their powers is the reason that they basically existing, which is not really the truth. So so Linda says, well, Arthur's right. Our powers were part of us, and so part of us died, and maybe it's time to resurrect. You have something in mind? Yes, we all lost our strength, but there's strength in numbers. I say we band together and reinvent ourselves. As what? I was thinking sort of a phoenix group, reborn from the ashes. And what would this phoenix group do? What we always done. Stop crime, help people, do good. Let's face it, our power was intoxicating, and we were addicted. Why not kick the habit without kicking the bucket? You mean give up our powers but continue being heroes? I got news, Linda. Our powers made us heroes. Wrong, Wally. They made it easy. Now we make do with what we've got. Learn new skills and take on new identities. And sew up new costumes, no doubt. Why not? Because without the powers, it's stupid. It won't work. No? Ever tell that to the Batman? Well, she's right. And then we see Joker. Joker is all behind this all criminal stuff. And, basically, hey, we're going to conquer the city. And, right, evil now, evil forever. You heard this spiel before. Nothing new. But, it's for later. So they're going to the Batcave. And he says, wait a minute, what's wrong with this resolution? Maybe our Phoenix group should follow the same pulp traditions. No real powers, just costumes and gimmicks, skills and grit, like Batman. Except he had a lifetime to hone his skills, and we never had to. Our powers were always enough, but now without them, well, I don't know what I am without my speed. We're all on that boat, Wally. Fish out of the water, and what we have to do won't be easy. It may be impossible. So Batman is here, right? It's him. I think we all know what you are facing, Batman. No, John, you don't. Not even you. Not really. Not yet. You have no idea. Maybe not, but we still want to try, want to learn. Learn what exactly? How to keep doing what we always done, the only thing we know, but with new human-level skills, maybe gimmicks and gizmo, such as guns. No. So they all say, no, we don't use guns. Good, because for reasons of my own, going back a long way, I hate guns. I like that. So they are ready for training, right? Fair enough. So how do we start? By getting in shape. But we are ready. No, not even close. Robin, show them the beginner's regime. Well, Rex and Booster and Beetle here, just having fun, These guys are pretty happy that they're, well, not losing their powers except for Metamorpho. But, they are enjoying their normal life because they don't have that responsibility for, being a hero and saving the world all day, right? So they are living the life while criminals like Sonar is still robbing banks, and Kyle Rayner, he's in the deep end. He cannot take it anymore. Then we're going back to the Batcave. Well, they are training, but Wally can do it. So Batman comes in, get back in course. Why? What's the point? To master it. Easy for you to say you don't know what it's like to lose. You're right. I can identify with your loss because I never had a power. You had it easy, and now you got it hard. Welcome to the club. Now either pay your dues or quit. All right, I do quit. As of now. Maybe you were a bit rough. No. If he's willing to go, he doesn't have what it takes to stay. And if he lacks that, he could get this whole team killed. Well, he's not wrong. Again, it's good writing. And then what we see, the Atom, Ray Palmer, he wants to undergo some kind of an experiment to get his powers back at LexCorp, which is weird. But he is at Zen Gen Biotech, who is part of Lex Luthor's Imperium, right? So Lex approves of this and says, hey, take him apart, genetically speaking. See what made his powers tick. He says, I want a complete genetic blueprint and complete control of this world's future. So Wally West, a year later now, right? Says it's a year since the black light snuffed us. And we are already unreal, fading like a dream, mere myth. How quickly greatness is forgotten, except by those who had it. So Ray Palmer undergoes the process, and it works. He's shrunken. But then we go to New York, where Clark is still facing mere depression. I'm home, Clark, and I was the Wonder Woman of Wall Street, still squeezing fortunes from the high-tech sector. And she says, maybe you should try to get a normal job. Doing what, Diana? Reporting on the abject failure of Superman for the Daily Planet, or just making money? Don't start, Clark. Not again. Not tonight. I'm tired. Yes, already long tired. Of me. Dude, get your act together. So Ray wakes up, shrunken, but he says, no, my power is still not back. He cannot control his, size. And So not to worry, Mr. Palmer. This is hardly the end of it. He says, what can you possibly do now? Well, perhaps microsurgery? What? We have to consult on that. Get back to you. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Meanwhile, Wally comes back. Batman doesn't even look at him. He says, something to say, Mr. West? Yeah, you were right, and I never should have quit. I can bear being washed up. Gotta come back. Gotta reinvent myself. Then jump back in. Start catching up. Your teammates are ahead of you. Look at the sneer on his face. He says, thanks. So he's been welcoming back into the fold, the Phoenix group, right? Meanwhile, Ray Palmer thinks there is something off and he wants to know more, but he's being attacked by a cockroach. And this reminds me a lot of, the black and white movie that I saw, when I was younger, called The Incredible Shrinking Man, when he was chased by a spider. It was awesome. And the ending was freaking depressive and awesome too. If you have the chance to watch and you don't mind, watching 60s or 70s movies in black and white, definitely check it out. It's really, really good. So he barely escapes with his life, but it seems that the procedure that he undergo was a little bit fatal and he's gonna die because they developed some kind of a super gene cancer. Don't worry about that. Our benefactor has already promised more volunteers, willing or unwilling. Maybe so, but how much longer will he continue funding his effort? So, and he says, well, don't worry about that. He has deep pockets, right? And the experimental tinkering stage is just the start. And don't forget our ultimate goal. If we can crack the genetic code, we can conquer the world, market on powers, and control a cadre of designed super beings. Think about it. That's definitely worth the investment to a man like Luthor. But what if the other volunteers also die? Quite being so squeamish. Progress always demands casualties and always claims them. Wow, that's not good. Meanwhile, Cal is gone. Cal is completely gone. He's reminiscing, and him flying through the stars, right? And he has once, he can touch the stars, right? But it's all gone now. And he cannot take it anymore. He screams in the air. He's completely lost it. He's done. So Ray wants to, call his teammates, but, since he's too small, they cannot hear him. Speak up, please. Is anybody there? I'm sorry. It must be a bad connection. Please call back. It's not good either. So he is angry, but then something happens. And he's also carving something into the I don't know, this dollhouse, for maybe people to find. He says, no, it's happening again. The super gene cancer is real, wreaking havoc with my power. Make me shrink without control. So he's falling through the floor because he's shrinking. He's now in subatomic space. But then he stops and he's reversing again. Now I'm abruptly enlarging. My power completely haywire. It's happening too fast. I'm still embedded with the tabletop's atoms. My expanding mass could leash a miniature atomic, blast. And that leads us to the last issue of this series. Yeah. So this is an Elseworlds story for those who don't know. Elseworlds is, what if, basically. I like this. This is less depressing, but still depressing, but with a little bit of a hope. I like that. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.